Hello, my creative friends. This is Marcia. Welcome back to Markets of Sunshine. I hope you're ready to learn some wonderful techniques with me today, and I'm going to share some slow stitch projects with you and maybe some junk journal projects with you, ideas that you can use for paper crafting or fabric piecing, fabric art, mixed media art. So I hope you'll enjoy this channel, and if you learn something new, please feel free to leave me a comment, and I hope this is a place that you'll find of relaxation and enjoyment and be able to unlock your creativity along with me. I have over 500 videos already uploaded to my channel for you to enjoy. So why not think of taking some time and binge watching videos here on my channel? So there's a wide variety of embroidery and needlework, junk journaling, altered books, the slow stitching, quilting. So I have a really nice variety of different techniques and skill levels for you to be able to enjoy and incorporate. So we all think differently, we all have different imaginations and creativity. So I hope that when you're watching my videos that you will find something that unlocks your creativity and helps you to want to improve your skills. And don't be afraid of making mistakes. Mistakes are good. We learn from our mistakes. So sometimes we can just take a mistake and cover it up with something else. So it's not like you have to ditch the whole project and start all over again. So you'll see that in some of my videos where I've made mistakes and I show you how to correct that right in the video. So it's a lot of fun, and I hope you'll join me here on my channel. So let's get started and see what I have in store for you today. Hello, my creative friends. I wanted to show you the bird and flower slow stitch kit. So these supplies can be used to make one of these darling little soft covered books. You can use it as a needle book, you can use it as your practice book for your embroidery stitches, and all of the little embellishments that you see here are available in my Etsy shop. The bird and the flower kit is one kit, slow stitch kit, and then the heart kit is another slow stitch kit. And you will receive all of the supplies that you see here, the vintage buttons, the pieces of fabric that you can use to cut out and make your bird and flower out of and use it for other embellishments. And then you will receive a variety of lace. And then you also receive one bird pattern, it already cut out for you with fabric and batting, and one flower pattern, same thing with its fabric and batting. And you can use these to make more out of the supplies. You'll also receive a cardboard flower, a cardboard bird pattern, and then you also receive the stick and stitch paper that has a peel off backing, and you can use these for embroidery stitches. So this slow stitch kit has everything you need to learn embroidery, to do applique, and to make a beautiful slow stitch practice book. So it will also come with your foundation fabric in a 7 by 11.5 inch piece, and batting piece, an inside fabric backing, and one piece of felt, and then one piece of flannel. So that will give you 4 pages, and then you can just add to that if you want and put more pages inside your little practice book. So this is available in my Etsy shop, Markets of Sunshine, and I hope you will swing by my shop and pick up a kit for you today. Hello, my creative friends. I wanted to show you the bird and flower slow stitch kit. So these supplies can be used to make one of these darling little soft covered books. You can use it as a needle book, you can use it as your practice book for your embroidery stitches, and all of the little embellishments that you see here are available in my Etsy shop. The bird and the flower kit is one kit, slow stitch kit, and then the heart kit is another slow stitch kit. And you will receive all of the supplies that you see here, the vintage buttons, the pieces of fabric that you can use to cut out and make your bird and flower out of and use it for other embellishments. And then you will receive a variety of lace. And then you also receive one bird pattern, it already cut out for you with fabric and batting, and one flower pattern, same thing with its fabric and batting. And you can use these to make more out of the supplies. You'll also receive a cardboard flower, a cardboard bird pattern, and then you also receive the stick and stitch paper that has a peel off backing, and you can use these for embroidery stitches. So this slow stitch kit has everything you need to learn embroidery, to do applique, and to make a beautiful slow stitch practice book. So it will also come with your foundation fabric in a 7 by 11.5 inch piece, and batting piece, an inside fabric backing, and one piece of felt, and then one piece of flannel. So that will give you 4 pages, and then you can just add to that if you want and put more pages inside your little practice book. So this is available in my Etsy shop, Markets of Sunshine, and I hope you will swing by my shop and pick up a kit for you today. Hi, this is part 1 of the slow stitch book series, and I am showing you the ways to embellish your pages and how to begin with your slow stitching kit. So this is the bird and flower slow stitch kit that's in my Etsy shop, Markets of Sunshine, and I have added the leaves and the hearts, and I made a yo-yo, added these vintage buttons. And so then the cover I made 11.5 by, I think it's 6.5, and I just layered different fabric and then vintage lace. And then on the inside I put another fabric on top of the batting, because I have a batting sandwiched in between, and I have one piece of felt so far that I've sewn in, and I will add more as I go. So I'm going to do this book a little bit differently than I did the pink book. So if you saw my pink slow stitch book series, I did 2 videos, then you saw that I sewed all of the pages, the felt and the batting pages in, and then I started embellishing them. But I'm doing this one differently. This one I did sew in already, and I'm embellishing it, which I could take it out and embellish it and then put it back in, but it's okay. I'm going to show you both methods, and then you can decide which one is easier for you. I think it would be easier to embellish your felt or your fabric or flannel and then sew it into your book, and then do that with each page, because it's very easy to just sew that straight in the middle of the book and add however many pages you want. I'm not going to do any more than 3 pages. So this one I have added a birdhouse, a flower that I cut off from fabric, my bird, which is from the kit, this flower that I cut out from fabric, and I put some organza. I have some crocheted lace that I cut and put pieces here. I have another piece of vintage lace, And then I just used 3 different fabrics, cut them into strips about 2 inches and then the length of the book, so 6 inches, and I sewed those together on the machine, and then I'm hand stitching around here, and then I will just continue to add more stitching. And I am doing this book a little bit differently. This is going to be in a more bohemian type of a colors and patterns by just mixing and matching fabrics and colors that you normally would not want to do or think that you would do. So this cover is my traditional style of adding colors that coordinate, are in the same color family, green and purple, go very pretty together. And then I'm just using the bird and the flower from the kit. Over here, incorporating the bird. So I'm going to try to incorporate the bird and the flower throughout the kit. The little birdhouse, obviously, because it goes with the whole theme. And this is another embroidery kit that's in my shop with applique pieces, and it has the birdhouse. So you can check that out in my Etsy shop, marketsofsunshine.store. Okay, so now, as you can see here, I've stitched around the edge of that, and then I've just appliqued, stitched all of these into place just to the top. And then now I'm going to work on this other page, the back page here, and the piece that I'm going to put on. And let me show you what I'm doing and how it's different. So I print out word phrases. This is for my mailing list. It's called Sunshine Makers Club. And I print this out onto a fabric sheet that can go through your printer. And it has a very nice piece of thin plastic on the back. So it takes a little bit of doing to separate these two. So I won't go through that. I did that in another video. And it's a little bit irritating. But I want the fabric. I don't want the plastic backing. So then I'm going to put that on my page and have some kind of a word sentiment that I've made up from all my little words that I've printed. And if you're on my mailing list, you received that 1 month from me as a freebie. I do different digital freebies and try to do it monthly, but and discounts, other things like that. So on this page, I'm going to add more from my kits, other embellishments from my kits. And so I thought that I would do the Tiny House, which is my most popular kit. And so with the Bohemian, you really want to do bright colors. So mostly it's bright colors. So that's why I'm leaning toward this. And here's my batting. So I'm going to walk you through the steps of what I do. Okay, so the first thing I do is take the batting, and then the pattern for the house. Let me see if I have it right here, because I generally cut it out as I go. Here's the birdhouse, but I want to do the tiny house. All right, so, all right, let me decide. I do like this for the roof. Okay, so this is what I do. So I take a corner that's going to, because the roof is triangular, and then I'm going to lay this right here. I'm going to pin it into place. Okay, and I'm going to flip it over. But because I want this pattern to be for the roof, that's why I'm angling it and laying it like this. Otherwise I would have come in here and maybe just gotten a corner of it, but see, then I'm only going to get this green and the white here. So for me to be able to do this is going to cut right into the center of that. So but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut this off. Save these pieces for a future house roof. Okay, so now you can see I'm getting the triangular piece going. I'm going to use this. This is a little bigger than I usually do. This is a little bit more what I would do. So let me cut this down. It's a little. Okay. Remember, these are whimsical. We're not going for perfection here. We're going for folk arty, you know. You want that organic look. You don't want it to look like it's, you got out the ruler and all that. Okay. So now it's kind of like, it's so perfect on this side, I don't want to, okay. I'll save that. Let me see, is this as big? Yep, it's as big. Okay. We're going to do a little bit bigger tiny house. All right, so I'm going to put him right in the center. And now this is sari silk here. And then this is some other kind of Indian fabric, but I can't remember the name of it right now. And it's 3 layers, it's very thin fabric, and then it's just has a running stitch kind of a theme on it. So this is, I'm using this for my hole, and what I did is put a piece of lace, and then I had white cotton fabric underneath of that. But what I'm going to do is take the lace out and put in, because it just got completely covered. And there's no right or wrong way to do your slow stitching. So remember that. Keep that in mind. This is your project and your layout, however you want to do it. So this is just for your, to give you an idea, unlock your creativity approach. Okay, now we're going to come back and put the house right there. Okay, so here's the pattern. So I drew it out so that you can see it. So this is what you would get in your kit. So it's very easy to use, and you can use it over and over and over. save that for a roof for another tiny house. Okay. All right, so now that's the completed whole picture of the house. Okay, now here's the actual body of the house. I think this one is actually a little bit bigger. Yeah, that's just taller actually. Okay, so I'm going to use this. And then I have the door and the 2 windows so that you can see start to finish how this whole thing will work. Okay, now I want to decide what am I going to use for the house. Thinking. I usually want the it would have been nice if it was bigger. Oh, this is good. Okay, this. Okay, I like that. So do you see where I'm going with this, with the whole bohemian look? So it took me a while to get my head wrapped around this whole bohemian theme. Trust me, it was not easy. All right, so actually I'm going to cut this here. I can get that off of there. Okay. I'm going to get my piece of batting. Lay the fabric on the batting, and what I want is, I'm going to go with this piece here. This batting is so sticky, my goodness, it's like, and I just hold on to that, use it as my little template. Okay, there's the house. Okay, now we're going to do the windows and the doors, and I think what I'm going to do, I know what I'm going to do. Okay, let's see, how can I incorporate this? I love that. Love this. I just eyeball everything. I am not worried about, well, you know, that would be a cute door. Could kind of go like that, but he needs to be a little narrower. Let me see. Or I could use it as my chimney. Let's put it down here. I was going to do 2 windows with it, but I like it like that. Okay, so now there's that. Alright, now let's come up with the windows. And I'm just going through my stash, and whatever pops out that would be the color that I'm going for is what I'm picking up. So this is just so completely random, as you can see. I mean, this is not pre-planned any way, shape, or form. Okay, This is good. I like this. Okie dokie. So we're going to cut off a little bit right here. I don't need a whole lot, but I'm going to go ahead and cut that across. Okay. Okie dokie. So that is how easy it is to put the little tiny house pieces together. And then now I'm going to stitch these together. As soon as I find the starting point. Okay, there we go. And this handy dandy little needle threader, if you've never seen it, and it is Cutter Clover. Who else? Obviously, my favorite sewing tool company. And I bought this at a quilt shop years ago. And I said that I knew at the time my eyesight was a whole lot better, but I was like, you know, I think that's going to be a good investment, and boy, has it ever been. You know, they're a little pricey. I don't know what they are now, but check it out at Joann's, see if they have it. Check your local quilt shops, and they're for the very small eye needles. You put the needle upside down in here, put your thread across here, you hold your thread down snug, push the little thing, and little lever comes out in there, kind of like on the sewing machine. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is attach the windows and the door. Okay. And I'm going to just use a cross stitch. There's one. Around the edge of this door. It just makes it more cuter. I like it like that. I'm just using regular sewing thread right now, but I will use the embroidery floss also. Slow stitching is so relaxing. It just takes your mind completely off of stressful things, and you just get lost in this whole beautiful, wonderful process. Okay, now what I do is I attach the roof to the top of the house to cover up that edge. Just like with a basting stitch. And hopefully, yes, I am going through the house. Okie doke. Okay, so there you go. Very easy to do. And if you, I'm looking here, I just got right up at the edge of that, and it's just perfect. So that is going to hold that into place securely. And now I will come back with my embroidery needle now, and I will show you how I use the blanket stitch around this. Let me see, I would love it. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna go with the yellow. So this will stand out. Nice contrast. Beautiful. And I separate it because there's 6 strands, and I separate 3, and go ahead and put a knot in one end. Now I'm going to do the blanket stitch. So you want the piece of thread not coming out of the needle, but the coming out of the knot. Put that across. And then you get a nice little piece. And then you can decide how far apart you want your stitches. And then you'll have this little piece that will run across the top edge of the outside of the fabric. And I just use my eye and decide how far apart, you know, making sure that they're approximately the same distance apart. So as you can see, I'm not worried in the least if it's a little further, a little closer, just approximate. Again, it just gives it that nice organic look. Because this is supposed to be relaxing, you want it to get rid of stress, you don't want it to add stress to you. Okay. Alright, what's going on with that? So I would use a shorter piece than what I did, so that prevents it from getting tangled up. The longer the piece, then it's more prone to want to do that. So until you become more used to using it and what happens, then don't get alarmed when that happens. Just gently fix it. So if you can see, look at how pretty that is with that yellow. So this brings this out, and then when I get around here, so it will just really all tie it in nice. I was going to use white, but that was going to be too much white going on. I didn't like that, but the yellow is like, okay, yeah. And the darker, like burgundy, was not, wasn't matching with what I was wanting to do here. If I would have had something more, maybe one of these colors, that would have been, I would have gone with that, but this is good. I just want to use what I have. I don't want to buy more supplies. I'm trying to use up what I have. So I'm just taking whatever it is, the closest match, and then that's what I'm going to go with. So this year is definitely a year that I want to do more simplifying, you know, along with my organizing, reduce debt and clutter, things I'm not using. So I'm wanting to get some Happy Mail gifts off. And naturally, where this embroidery thread had a loop, a turn, you know, is what it's wanting to do. It's wanting to bend on that naturally, so I'm working around that. Oh, it looks so nice. Really looking nice. Okay, so across this area, I'm just going to do a running stitch. And it's okay. When your thread comes out of the needle, it happens to me at least once, if not twice, when I'm working on a project. So actually, I'm pretty happy that it didn't happen before this. And thank you for sticking around with me and watching this. Appreciate it. When you stop like that to rethread your needle, just make sure you're going in the right direction when you're continuing, because that's what I was just having to look at. Now you can see why the tiny house is so popular, because it is just adorable to make, so much fun to add into a project. I mean, it can just go so nicely with any thing you're working on. Window. Okay, there we go. All right, so I'm going to tie this off here. And I'm going to go around the house, but I'm going to do a different color around the house. Can you guess which one it's going to be? Hopefully I've got it in here. No. All right, I'm going to have to go get some red. I will be right back. Okay. And and separate it. Try to straighten it and get all the twisting out of it. Put a knot in the other end. So you do the same technique with the bird and the flower. Is just use the template, pick out your fabrics, your batting, cut them out, and then you sew it to your slow stitch project. So you can see the blanket stitches forming very nicely. What I like to do is just come behind it and go through a couple of stitches and then just run it through like that. You don't always have to put a knot. It's not going to come apart. Okay, so I'm going to start here and then I'll finish it up on that corner. Whoops. Whoops. Come from the front and go to the back. Oh, doing it again, I don't know why. Backwards from this angle. There we go. Just enough, I think I'm going to have it just enough to get across. Okay, so I'm going through the door, the bottom of the door. I may not have enough. Getting awfully close. When I'm trying to loop this on it, that's where it's getting a little tight. Okay, I'm going to start a new piece. I don't want to keep fighting with it. Okay, so look how cute that looks. I just have to add the 2 little stitches right there, and I will do that. Okay, and so then my little tiny house, I can either put it down here and add some stuff, or put it right here in the middle, add some cute little more embellishments right there. But I really like it. I think it's really looking nice. Now I can come in here with the lace, and then I can put over top of that piece, and then I can put my house here. So I really like this. So that is how easy it is to do slow stitching and to make some cute little embellishment along the way. And then adding a word tile. Could put that there. Here's a closer look up at the cover again. This inside page. So lots of fun ways, creative ways to use these kits. And then you can come and you can put buttons. And so I could take a piece of this other fabric that I used, and let me see. I could put the buttons on that, and then I can take a piece of this one. Put it there. Put my Sunshine Makers Club on it, or something that makes it a little more, let's see. Something like that. Put it right here. So you get the idea, and then you just start stitching and using your embroidery stitches. You practice those stitches, and you just keep building on with layers, more and more layers of different fabrics that add a nice contrast and overall feel to what you're doing. I really like this. like the center house centered there. Okay, so then I will stitch those into place. So now I am combining my love of the country look with this bohemian, and it is, I'm really liking the how this is coming together. And then I have my little miniature spools. I put one of these in your order. All these are really cute. So I'm going to add one of those somehow. I have this nice pink gingham here. I could put that, but that's kind of going a little too much on that on that side. Let's see. I have some other lace. Let me see what I can do with this. Nice. Okay. So when you start mixing the fabric and the laces, that's when the piece really comes to life. I mean, I just love the whole look and the feel it gives. I mean, it's just amazing what starts to happen. Truly amazing. Even this up. Perfect. Very nice. And then I can put a piece, something thin, right down the seam of this. I always like to put lace on all the seams. So something like that can go right there on those seams. So I mean, it's just, the possibilities are endless. So I really like that. That is really pretty. All right, so I'm going to sew this all together, and then I will show you in a part 2 video how it came together and what it looks like. And then see, you can share your projects with me on my Instagram page. Yeah, like that there. Okay, that's gonna go there. Very nice. Really like that. So thank you for being here with me, and be sure to watch the next video that's coming up right after this. So stay safe, keep creating in the sunshine, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.